Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I was getting a lot of queries regarding running Xcode on macOS Sequoia virtual machine. So as we all know that Apple has restricted Apple account logins from macOS Sequoia, and without an Apple account login, you cannot use Apple development tools like Xcode. So our team has finally created this milestone, and we have made a special VMDK file that will allow you to log into your Apple accounts and use Xcode on your macOS Sequoia virtual machines. So without wasting any time, let's get started. A quick warning, this is strictly for Intel-based PCs. It will not work on an AMD. But our team is working round the clock to find a solution for AMD users. So stay tuned to our channel for further updates. So here is a list of all the required files for this process. So make sure you follow each step very carefully and do not fast forward this video. So first, we will need the VMware Workstation Pro installer file. So you can go to this URL and download the installer file. Next, we will need the macOS unlocker to unlock the macOS guest operating system. So you can go to this URL and download the file. Next, we will need the macOS Ventura VMDK file. So this is a special VMDK file reverse engineered by our team to bypass Apple servers. So you can go to this URL and purchase this file. Lastly, we will need the darwin.iso file to install VMware tools on our macOS virtual machine. So once all the files are downloaded, make sure you have installed the latest version of VMware Workstation Pro and unlocked the macOS guest operating system. Now, open VMware Workstation Pro and click on Create a new virtual machine. Select Custom and then click on Next. Now select the latest VMware Workstation 25H2 and then click on Next. Here, select I will install the operating system later and then click on Next. Under Guest Operating System, select Apple macOS and then select macOS 15 as your version and then click on Next. Now set a name and location for your virtual machine. So I will name it macOS Sequoia and then click on Next. Now select the number of processors and cores that you wish to allocate to your VM and then click on Next. Now set your memory for your VM. You can set it anything above 8 gigs and then click on Next. Under Network Type, select NAT and then click on Next. Under IO Controller, select LSI Logic and then click on Next. Under Disk Type, select SATA and then click on Next. Here, select Use an existing virtual hard disk and then click on Next. Now click on Browse and then select the special VMDK file that you have downloaded above and then click on Next. So this is the overall summary of your virtual machine. Just click on Finish and you are done. So with this, our virtual machine is finally ready. Just click on Power on this virtual machine and then wait for a while. So if your disk is ejected automatically, just restart your VM and then wait for it to boot. So after a while, you will see the macOS Ventura login screen. Here, you will see an account named Web of Gupta. The password for this account is 0904. So just type 0904 and log into your macOS Ventura. So once the macOS desktop loads, you are currently using my account. So if you wish to change it to your logins, just go to System Settings. Now scroll down to Users and Group and then click on it. Now click on Add Account and then create a new account with your name and password. So once your account is created, you can remove the Web of Gupta account. Great, moving on. Click on the App Store icon in your dock. So once the App Store is open, tap Sign in the bottom left corner. Now, type in your Apple account credentials and log in with your Apple account. So once you are logged in, you can also try opening your system settings and make sure your account is logged in there as well. Great. Once you have confirmed that your Apple account is logged into both App Store and system settings, it's time to update your system to macOS Sequoia. To do that, open Safari and in the address bar type my website's address, that is techrichard.com. Now, in the search bar type Sequoia installer. Now click on this first article and scroll down below. Now, click on the latest installassistant.pkg file and download this file. So this will take a while to download the latest macOS Sequoia installer file. So the time taken depends entirely on your internet connection speed. So once downloaded, click on the install assistant.pkg file and proceed with the installation steps. So once the application is installed, go to your Finder. Now click on Applications on the left and then look for Install macOS Sequoia. Now double click on the macOS Sequoia installer and proceed with the installation steps. Now this will take a while for the complete visit. For me, it took around 30 minutes and several restarts, after which you will see the macOS Sequoia login screen. So if your VM gets stuck at any point with Apple logo, simply restart your VM and move forward. Once restarted, you will see your macOS Sequoia login screen. So just type in your password and you will see your macOS desktop. Now since our desktop background is currently white, let's add a wallpaper to it. To do that, open Safari and search for any wallpaper that you will like. So I will download a macOS Sequoia wallpaper and set it as my desktop background. Now, as you can see that your desktop resolution is way too small, to fix this we will install the VMware tools. So go back to the requirements file and download the darwin.iso file from their official website. Once downloaded, save the file to your desktop. Now go back to your VM and click on VM in the top menu of VMware. Now go to Removable Devices, then CD/DVD and then click on Settings. Under CD/DVD, click on Browse and click on Use an ISO image. Now attach the darwin.iso file that you have downloaded above. Under Device Status, click on Connected and then click on OK. So once you click on OK, you will see VMware tools on your desktop. So just double click on it and proceed with the installation. So if you see this warning, just click on Open System Settings. Now click on Allow where it says VMware services were blocked. Once done, close your system settings and then reinstall the VMware tools. So once the installation is complete, click on the Restart button to restart your Mac. Now, once your macOS desktop loads, you will see that your desktop resolution has changed. So with this, we have successfully installed our VMware tools on our macOS Sequoia VM. Great. Now you can go to your system settings and see yourself logged in with your Apple account. Now, to download any app, just click on the App Store. You can download and use any app of your choice and use Apple services freely on your new macOS Sequoia virtual machine. You can also use apps like Xcode and continue with your Apple development. So that's it for today. If you face any issues, you can comment down below and I will get back to you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like these. I'll see you in the next one.